You are once again welcome to this tutorial lesson. And this tutorial lesson, the question we are dealing with comes from elementary differential and integral calculus. And here we are looking at question 22. Now it reads, if y equals to log 2x upon 2x, then find the y dx. The very first thing we are going to do here is to rewrite our y equals to, instead of writing it like this, we are going to write out this 1 upon 2x here, 1 upon 2x, and multiply it by the natural log of 2x. This is the first step. Now we are going to apply the product rule here, and according to the product rule, we must get the derivative of this separately and the derivative of this separately. Let me show you how to go about it. First, let us talk about how to get the derivative of 1 upon 2x. 1 upon 2x can still be written as 2x everything raised to power minus 1. Then we have to differentiate this, okay? To differentiate this, we use the power here, which is minus 1, to times what we have here, okay? But before we do that, we look into the bracket. You see that we're having 2x. We have to differentiate it with respect to what? X. How do we do that? The 1 here times 2, that will give us 2, and 1 minus 1 is 0, so x power 0, everything will turn to 2, so this 2 will be here. Then we open the bracket and we'll write the base out, 2x, because anything we are having here when we are differentiating must be multiplied with this base 2x. Then at the power we say minus 1 minus 1, and finally minus 2 times minus 1 times 2 is what? Minus 2. Then open bracket 2x, then power what? Minus 2. Now this my 2x power minus 2, I can still write this as minus 2, which is this minus 2 you see here. Then writing this in reciprocal form, the 2x squared will come underneath it to become 2x squared. And you put this bracket this way because the squared is for both the 2 and the x. Now to evaluate further, we have 2 upon 2 squared is 4, x squared will still give us x squared. Now there is one more step I want us to take here. And what is that step? The 2 here we cancel this 4. Then we have minus 1 upon 2x squared. So which means that the derivative of 1 upon 2x will give us minus 1 upon 2x squared. Now let's get back to what I was trying to solve before. To get the derivative, therefore, dy dx, for us to differentiate this 1 upon 2x, we must first of all write log 2x out, which is log 2x. Then we'll multiply it by the derivative of 1 upon 2x, which we have already gotten as minus 1 upon 2x. So here we have 2x squared, that is 1 upon 2x squared. Alright, so that is the first part, okay? Then we'll put a plus. Then we come to the second part here. To differentiate this, we first need to write our 1 upon 2x. So write it out, 1 upon what? 2x, okay? Then we now multiply it by the derivative of what? Of log 2x. Now note that this is our log 2x. This is a natural log, okay? The very first thing to do is to differentiate this 2x that is here. And if you differentiate 2x, we are going to have 2, then multiply by, since this is a natural logarithm, anything we have here, we are going to take the reciprocal of it, and this is going to be the derivative, okay? So this 2 we cancel this 2 that is here, you finally have 1 upon x. So if you take the derivative of log 2x, it's going to give us 1 upon x. Now the next thing we are going to do is to multiply this one out. Don't forget that this place here, 1 upon 2x, there is a minus sign here. So please pardon me for not putting it out on time, but now we have done so, okay? Now to multiply this one out, minus 1 times log 2x will give us minus log 2x, everything divided by, this is 2x squared, we have 2x squared. Now if you come to this place, we put our plus. 1 times 1 will give us 1 upon 2x times x will give us 2x squared. So you can see here that the denominators are the same. So if we rule our line, we can take the common denominator as 2x squared. Why at the numerator? If you notice here, we're having minus log 2x. Y here is plus 1. We are going to swap the position. So 1 will come first, and then minus log 2x will come next, and this is going to give us the answer to the question. So we can therefore conclude that the derivative dy dx will give us 1 minus log 2x, everything divided by 2x squared.